Hari Om, Chapter 2, Verse 39. Sankhya Yoga, Philosophy of Life. In the last verse, Lord Krishna said, "Hey Arjuna, happiness and sadness, gain and loss, success and defeat should be looked with the sameness of mind. Do the work without expectation of any result. Train or prepare your mind to accept both the results with equanimity of mind. In this way, you will not incur any sin. The world is full of opposites. Face the challenges of this life with a neutral mind." This is the advice of Lord Krishna. Now in verse 39, Lord Krishna says, "Yesha te bhigita sankye buddhir yoge tvimam shunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham pragasyasi. Yesha te abhigita sankye." This far I told you about Sankhya Yoga, that is knowledge of the self. Buddhir yoge tvimam shunu. Now listen to Budhi Yoga. Buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prakasyasi. With this yoga, ye partha, you will get rid of the bondage arising out of action. Lord Krishna says, "Hey Partha, hey Arjuna, I have told you about the knowledge of self. Now, I am going to tell you about Budhi Yoga. With the knowledge of this yoga, if you perform action, you will get rid of the bondages of action." This verse is a concluding statement on Sankhya Yoga, even though the entire chapter is named as Sankhya Yoga. Since Lord Krishna says, "Hey Arjuna, I told you about the knowledge of self and I am going to tell you about Budhi Yoga," we will pause for a minute here and refresh ourselves what Lord Krishna said about the Sankhya Yoga, that is knowledge of self. Simply put, Lord Krishna says, only the body dies. Self can never be destroyed. You can call the self by any name: soul, Atma, consciousness, life principle, whatever name you call it. It is a self. The self can never be destroyed. It was in existence in the past, it is in existence in the present, and it will exist in the future. Because of the presence of self in us, we become aware of everything. We are able to see, touch, feel, or think, whatever it is. If the self is not there, then nothing can happen. All this is because of the presence of self. Self cannot be cut into pieces, burnt, or drowned. The self is all pervading, eternal, immovable, and ancient. A man who realizes the self, a man who realizes the self in me is a self in all, whether it is a plant, whether it is an animal, whether it is an insect, or whether they are human beings, he is the realized soul, and he sees God everywhere. He becomes one with Lord Krishna. This is Sankhya philosophy, the highest philosophy. Now Krishna says, having seen Sankhya philosophy, now we will see Budhi Yoga. There are approximately 82 yogas. Jnana Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Hatha Yoga, several yogas are there. Now Krishna is going to talk about Budhi Yoga. The reason for the sorrows and sufferings of our life is due to ignorance. Ignorance is that I am the body. I live for me, myself and my family alone. These are all our ignorance. Ignorance can be removed only by knowledge. That is jnana. Jnana removes the shackles of all the chains and paves way for complete freedom. For practicing Jnana Yoga, one must have purity of mind. How to purify the mind is the question. Body can be purified by taking a bath. Vessels and other things can be purified with some soap or some liquid. But how the mind can be purified? That is the question. Without purification of mind, no knowledge is possible. The mind can be purified by performing only selfless service. For example, no one can become a doctor overnight. Rome was not built in a day. For becoming a doctor, one has to study the course, undergo proper training, then after some time only he can become a doctor. Similarly, no one can become a sannyasi or a saint overnight. You have to attain maturity of mind by undergoing the sorrows and sufferings of this life. Then you get maturity. Then only you are fit for Jnana Yoga. Arjuna, suddenly overnight, he wants to become a sannyasi. By leaving the battlefield, he says, I will go as a beggar. Mainly he is saying, I will go as a sannyasi, which is impossible. If he becomes a sannyasi, inside he will be an army man, but outside he will act like a sannyasi. A split personality will happen. If you become an overnight sannyasi without exhausting the existing vasanas, that is your mental impressions, mostly you will be in jail, under POXO or for some other fraud. Mental maturity, mental purity is a must before one becomes a renunciate. Arjuna is an army man and he has all the qualities of an army man. If he gets into orange robe and puts Rudraksha on himself overnight, if not today, one day he will be surely end up fighting with somebody. That day, he being a sannyasi, he is not supposed to fight, hence he may be arrested and put into jail. His mind is at present not fit for Jnana Yoga. Hence Lord Krishna says that it is necessary for Arjuna to perform action to exhaust the existing vasanas, that is his mental impressions. That too, that action must be performed with the proper attitude of mind. If you perform the action with proper attitude of mind, then you will not get new impressions and you become fit for Jnana Yoga. Hence Lord Krishna says, Hey Arjuna, now hear from me Budhi Yoga, that is how to perform action with a discriminative mind, Buddhi, so that you are not affected in the sense you don't get further impressions in your mind by the results of your action. Verse 39 again. Yesha te bhigita sankye buddhir yoge tvimam shrunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham pragasyasi. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Hariho Sarvam Krishnarpnamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana